Hello everybody. Quick question. Whose parents or grandparents have had to move from Tumut and Lockhart to Wagga for access to medical care? Now obviously we need to go to Wagga if we need an appendix removed, but we all know that for the vast bulk of care, including medications and farm injuries, they could be taken care of at home. To an extent, nurses and nurse practitioners are already doing this with paramedics. For anything more serious, the paramedics bypass the small rural practices and go straight to Wagga. But here's the rub. To operate in country areas, whether you're a farmer, mechanic, shearer, contractor, small business owner, or a nurse, you need autonomy. You need your own ABN and your own licence to operate, which nurse practitioners have, but registered nurses don't have. And the reason so few RNs are becoming nurse practitioners, despite being perfectly capable of doing so, is because the process is so expensive and time-consuming. And this is directly affecting the ability of our senior citizens to be able to stay in their own homes for longer. So what to do about it? This breaks down into two possible solutions. The first is not overly complicated, and the second will involve a longer, more protracted battle. So firstly, our senior RNs need more autonomy to be able to work with paramedics and residents in their own homes. This would most likely take the form of an addition or a modification to the FLEC, Frontline Emergency Care Qualification. It will also require autonomy for the qualified nurse to be able to work from home for an agreed number of hours per week. The second, more protracted battle would involve making the nurse practitioner program more accessible. Now, as I wrote last year, the AMA will fight this with their Liberal National colleagues in the trenches of every golf course in New South Wales to oppose this. Like the morgue closure, however, we will need to go toe-to-toe against the LNP to make this happen. It's not a cure-all for the GP shortage in the bush, but it will go a long way towards allowing our senior citizens to be able to remain in their own homes, and it just makes good fiscal sense. There is also another reason to do this. Being able to give ENs and RNs the opportunity to progress onto a more independent position will go a long way toward resolving the nurse attrition rate. And until the attrition rate is resolved, nurse-patient ratios and RNs in nursing homes simply is never going to happen. One last point. We all know who we have to thank for that new hospital in Wagga. Dr. Joe McGurr, the ex-director of the Wagga Base Emergency Department. That old hospital had not been touched for decades. The LNP knew that this electorate would never elect a Labor candidate. It has always been a safe seat. If Joe McGurr ran again, he would probably win because he has a massive signature achievement to point to right in the centre of Wagga. Right, I will now shut up. Please let me know what you think. I'll be taking these proposals to the election as a central plank of a local health policy. See you soon.